So if you're new to producing, you're probably wondering how people collab on beats, how beats are made by, two or more people. And it's pretty easy. I mean, the first and most obvious reason is that the collabs are done in person. Like, these producers know each other, they're friends, so they sit down together and they work on the beat together. I think the most common way of producers collabing nowadays is like online collabs. So there's a couple of different ways to do that. It's pretty easy and you get better with it over time, but the first way to do it is to send a project file to the other producer. There are some problems with this one though, because you have to be using the same DAW as the other producer. Also, if you get pretty in depth with the melodies or whatever you're working on, the other producer is going to need to have Omnisphere or Electra or whatever other thing you're using to make the beat, because otherwise he'll just open up the project file and it won't be able to load whatever sounds you were making. So it seems the best way to collab is to send melody loops, just kind of like basic beat collab etiquette or whatever. If you're gonna make, or if you want to collab with somebody and you're the one to hit them up about them, so you should be the one who is sending them melodies. And I think that's just kind of like a good rule of thumb to keep in mind. So to send melodies to people, you want to loop your melodies, whatever you're making. You can loop it all together. You can do 3 different channels, make it like a 3-part thing or whatever, or you can just bounce them all together. But the important part is that you're not just bouncing it how it is. You got to like loop it properly, especially when there's a bunch of effects. So I'm just gonna do a little demo of that right now. All right, so let's say I want to send this out for a collab. Here's just a melody thing I made real quick. So it's got a bunch of like reverb and kind of effects on it. So I'll show you how to capture that. I like to copy it 2 times over, and then you just bounce it in place. All right, so now it's a audio file. So listen to this. So you can hear like right here, it's not like looping properly, but you go over here, now it's a perfect loop. Cool, so just gonna cut it right here. I like to keep this part of it and move it over. So now there's a click. That doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. Here's how you can fix it. You just go to the fade tool and you go up here and you just put the tiniest little volume automation fade right there, and now it should be a perfect loop. Okay, sweet, so it's a perfect loop. So now you got a loop that you can send off for a collab. So just go ahead and bounce it and just, make sure it's a WAV file. And now, it's up to the other producer. So this guy, Sam Houston, hit me up to do some collabs. So he's really good. I'll link his socials and all that stuff in the bio. But so he sent me a bunch of different loops. He also did a good job on sending them because he left a little info text here, basic stuff like, well, you can just read it. It's right here. But so I'm just going to play some of his loops and pick one that I like. So I like this one. It's got kind of like a Gunna soprano kind of, like Italiano kind of like vibe to it, kind of mafia-y thing. I don't know. So I'm gonna use this one. So here it is in Logic. Just gonna pitch it down a little bit, I think. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna start making a beat. The thing about collabs is, I'm basically just adding the drums. I am gonna add another melody on top of it. Sometimes you don't need to, but so yeah, here's me making the beat. So that's really all there is to it, to an online beat collab. Now at this point, like, I like to send the other producer back the WAV file, an MP3 of it, and all the stems, so maybe they can mix it or chop it up like another way or do something with it, or just so they have everything. Also, you should probably talk with the producer before you send it out anywhere, if you're going to give it away for free, if you're going to sell it, if you're going to split the profits, or like whatever you're going to do with the beat. You just want to make sure you're on the same page with it. So I'm just going to play a little bit of the finished beat, and then that'll be it. So thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe. It helps me out quite a bit, and see you in the next video.